Network insider Ian Rappaport reporting a trade between the Saints and the New York Jets, where trade compensation will be sent in return for quarterback Teddy Bridgewater, who's had a solid season, a potential comeback season after returning to the bench for Minnesota from a brutal knee injury. We'll get NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport here in a moment just to discuss the terms of that trade. But one thing that the trade does is free up the Jets to start Sam Darnold week 1. That is breaking news also coming from our NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport, that the rookie out of USC will be able to be the starting quarterback for the Jets in week 1 after having a bit of an up and down preseason, but showing enough promise to get that starting position. Let's bring in NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport. These two stories, Ian, connected here. The Jets able to trade Teddy Bridgewater, get something back in exchange for that, but also freeing up the spot for Sam Darnold.
Yeah, a pretty huge move, and it's tough to figure out which team this is actually a bigger move for, because it's really been no surprise that the Jets were going to make Sam Darnold their week 1 starter. It was really just a matter of how were they going to do it, and were they going to be able to get enough compensation to deal Teddy Bridgewater. And it was interesting, even just this morning, I was told, not sure we're going to trade Bridgewater because maybe we might get more value just by keeping him on the team. That actually was probably 7 hours ago. Things ramped up pretty quickly. Listen to the scene that happened for the Jets. They were all on the bus, stopped the bus, obviously going on a road trip, preseason games coming tomorrow. Teddy was called off the bus and said, go to New Orleans. You've now been traded to the Saints. So that led to basically a flurry of texts of people say, hey, something happened with Bridgewater. You need to figure this out. Pretty sure he's been traded. And then, of course, that's exactly what happened. He now headed to the New Orleans Saints. And they do have a backup quarterback they like in Taysom Hill. But he also plays special teams. So it's hard to imagine them keeping a number 2 and only a number 2 who could get injured on special teams. And so what the Saints did was they got a backup plan, and for whenever Drew Brees retires, they get someone who can step right in potentially.
And Ian, we've already seen one backup quarterback trade today in Brett Hundley. Any word on what the compensation is going to be like for the Jets for Bridgewater?
No word yet. All I know is that it was better than Brett Hundley, and he got a 6-rounder. And I know the Jets were certainly not going to give him away, needed to get substantial draft pick compensation. We'll see what it actually is. But then, of course, the other part of it is they get out from under his salary. And it's not a lot guaranteed, less than $1 million. But if he played and started, it would be around 10. So certainly that is something, considering what they're paying Josh McCown. Certainly that is something to note for the Jets. But either way, main thing is they're moving forward with a brand-new quarterback and someone they just signed in the offseason who there wasn't a ton of competition for. They just got a big draft pick for him.